ahwefo ne tie for sign so ma papa biem ediba acromative so na yebora esemani yeborum owe John Hughes akachi na papa atonim to eden sembi atodrafa e mampanyin ye say former president John Dramani Mahama ho sembi o kan kane no na je say compare to a current sembi o ken kan no ono kasa de edi nchim kese so abanye no kwa so sai kan mampanyin kasa so ote so na dambo kufa show boy so 17 nkoti sema kasa John Hughes to le to editorial
of July. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. It's been a great weekend, and for those who keep calling and praying and encouraging me to go on the tangent and to ask me, and these are very senior citizens, sometimes you'll be shocked. People who have gone past 80, some getting into their 90s, people beyond 70, telling you that, look, you need to keep speaking. You need to keep reawakening us, because some of the things you talk about, we didn't know it. Now we know. Let me take you back to 2016, because people say, oh, you are now vocal because Nana Addo is president. There was a president in this country once upon a time called John Dramani Mahama. I keep telling you, I covered Kufuor Part 2, I covered Atta Mills, I covered Mahama, and I'm covering Akufo-Addo. Long after they have all gone and become presidents and have left, I will still be a journalist, because that was what I trained for. I saw the medical school, I saw the law school, I went to GIJ. Pull my thing out for me. Now, in 2016, 21st of May, 2016, I said, no light, no water. Put it up, please. It's part of my time. Oh. No light, no water. Common food stuff, so expensive, plus neck-breaking tax regimes. Is Ghana all right? Is this Ghana all right? Is this our situation? Is this who we are? Is this our reality? Twitter. That was my Twitter handle. I just changed it. But this was it. And it was under a program called Community Connect. This was a photo shoot we did in 2016. Lois is aware. 2016. I put this up there. That time was an election year. John Mahama was in power. And an MP who now wants to be president saw this and he says, I'm wearing dark shades. He doesn't know photochromic lens, but he wants to lead all of us. He has short sight. Now, this was in 2016, and this is a cross regime. I was criticizing the regime at the time because I paid my taxes to a certain government and I expected the government to act. I was working like a bull and I expected the government to work like a bull. Pull me Nana Addo's 2016. Fantastic. Nana Addo later that year in 2016, when he was eagerly looking for power, 31st of August 2016, 3:10 p.m., sorry, when we were all busily thinking about what to eat for lunch because we were suffering, says, I have too much love and respect for Ghanaians to make promises which I cannot fulfill. I will never do that. Hashtag bottom up. I have too much love and respect for Ghanaians to make promises which I cannot fulfill. I will never do that. Bottom up. That is Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. So the question I ask is that, no, let's go back to that one. Let's stay with that one. So the question I ask now is that if Nana Addo has too much love for us and respect, and he will not make promises to us that he cannot fulfill, the promises that he made, that I will make Accra the cleanest city in 4 years, that I'll solve every toilet and water problem, that I'll give every child a boiled egg, I'll give every child a cocoa drink to every morning, I'll make sure that children in school are okay and everything else. Now that he has not been able to fulfill those promises, can we say that he doesn't love and respect the people of Ghana? It's a simple question. He says, I have too much love and respect for Ghanaians to make promises which I cannot fulfill. I will never do that. Let's go to the next one, Sammy. There's another one that happened also in 2016, June 2016. Many of you have lost trust in politicians because of broken promises, but I want you to give me the opportunity to serve you differently. Of course, Nana is serving us differently. He has refused to reshuffle his ministers. He has refused to cut down on the size of ministers. He has refused to cut down on the expenditure. When you talk about it, he tells you he knows what he's doing. He's a man in a hurry. Today, the finance minister will be in Paris. 2 terms in office. When President Kufuor was about to leave, 2 terms, there were 70 people, including Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, including Alan Tremantin, including Engineer Dainimo, including Kofi Akonedo-Apreku, including Lawyer Nkrabi Afadat, including Lawyer Jogati, many others. When he was about to leave, you had them. The objective then was that they wanted to succeed President Kufuor. And if you listen to the campaigns that were with them by the 17, they said they wanted to succeed President Kufuor, to continue the legacy that President Kufuor had. The same legacy that was used as a campaign basis for Nanado and Dr. Bawumia to come into power. They said they wanted to succeed him to continue. Listen to the tone of all the 10, including the vice president, who we were told, including Mr. Kufuor himself, who told us that Dr. Bawumia is coming, he has the magic wand, and he has worked at the Bank of Ghana. They have so much confidence and trust in it. Listen to all the 10 of them. They say they are coming now with a different vision. So they are not coming to succeed, they are coming to take over. There's a difference between coming to succeed and continue what is being done, and then coming now to say, tell us, the 10 are coming to tell us that we have a new vision. Even the vice president, who has not finished his term of office, because his term of office will end on the 7th of January 2025. In fact, 6th of January 2025. He said he has a new vision. Why won't he give the new vision to the president as he's suffering now? We are before the IMF on a stretcher. Why won't he give the new vision to the president to help us out of this hole?
Johnny's Bite.
And that is, for me, a vote of no confidence on the president. That you have 10 people in your party, very fine gentlemen, who have come forward to say they don't want to succeed you, but rather they want to take over to change the direction because they've seen that you're taking us on a wrong course.
Johnny's Bite.
The finance minister will be in parliament. Taxes have been introduced. We have complained. Let's do a throwback again. 2013, Gabi Asare Ochidak, when people say, oh, he's not part of the government, he himself will say, I'm not part of government, but we have heard recordings. The recording including many different things, right? Different recordings, big deals. Mr. Boache Daku recently was talking, said, Mr. Gabi Ochidak, the same person was PDS, he was involved, all of those things. Now, Gabi Ochidaku, 2013 says, for a nation to tax itself into prosperity is like a man standing in a bucket and trying to lift himself up by the handle. Winston Churchill. 2014, this is what he said. He says, there is proof that higher taxes don't lead to more revenue, but only hurt businesses, consumers, and kill jobs, which is true. 2021, he says, Ghana development paradox. You say you want the country fixed, yet you are against raising revenue to get it fixed. Motives matter. So when did he come to this realization? Because when somebody was borrowing 2013, 2014, he said, no. You are standing in the bucket. You are raising yourself. You are crowding a business. Since 2017 up until now, let's calculate the taxes. E-levy, which one? We are even taxing parts, menstruation. As if menstruation is a business venture that women make profit from. We are taxing it. Now, take me to Niger. Coups are not a good thing. And you see, I always say that the government perhaps is too scared because we know what could possibly bring a coup. We know on the continent of Africa, unless we want to kid ourselves, all the coup d'etats that have happened on the continent of Africa have been based on one thing: the rich getting richer, the poor getting poorer, that wide gap, bad governance, poor economic management. Those are the things that bring coup. People are not happy. They bring coup. Now we're talking about brain drain, where people are leaving the country. Your best nurses, your best doctors, your best whatever are leaving the country and going outside. They are complaining about conditions of service. We know how people left this country because the economy was bad. They went to another country just when we're trying to recover. They came back and further collapsed our economy. We know it. The Nigeria gig situation. We know it. We know how these schools have been in the past. The government says if you see something, say something. Please, do you have the Niger finance minister?